Fixerbot says.
Welcome. Stream starts in 5 minutes. T minus 4 minutes.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll know the secrets of the love, the code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in the stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high
Stream about to start. 1 minute left.
gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring, there's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll know the secrets of the love, the code, no limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode.
Yeah, that was a short pause, right? Yeah, so I started streaming 1 hour ago exactly after the time. So I thought, let's get this done. I have 2 a.m. my time, 4 hours. It's Ryan's 83 workshop, right? And that's also a workshop. So maybe I should really set up a virtual ED server as my Proxmox is down. Well, let's just get started with some of these. Also, I think my throat is starting to, but it's also my ear, so I don't think it's like talking too much. Yeah, just made MFA on HackerOne.com because they sent me some negative about it. I don't think I really used it that much. So, right. Let's do this. 2 second fixing my docs. 2 seconds of co-working first. Sheets. Invoice July. And put today's work on there, on my little post-it. So, 29th. It'll be quick. I worked until 15:20, and that was like 5 hours.
S1YB0RG says, "You're back."
Yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna do my papers now. I'm tired of having this pile building
Yeah.
up on my desk, and I know I have lots of good stuff here from
Oof.
videos. Yeah. So I got 3 new today. So the last 3 here those are from today. So it'll continue building up, but let's do them. I'm just gonna type one thing more. Let's see. There. So that's done. You can throw this one away. And hopefully Google Docs will remember what I wrote. So close. And we still have this one up, right? So we can use it for examples as we have an AD server on there. And obviously this one didn't disconnect, right? So, and also dir is quite quick compared to Alice in partial or dir in partial. They can take more time. So we're still connected to the machine, and this service that we started worked very nicely. So we forced the restart of the service after having, let's see, where is it? Yeah, it's earlier. Here. That's a bad one because I forgot the last quotation mark. That's the good one. There's a success. Let's confirm. Let's confirm that I got those into the notes, so we don't miss anything by just laziness, right? So, privileges. Oh, that one actually. So sc config vss bin path, and then we have or use netcat. Yeah, so this is just a parenthesis in case you don't want to run msfn. Restart the service, and then it worked, right? So also says 2030 system there. So this one is Dawn. Low battery, so I have to switch ears right to the start. Which side was right? No, no, it was. I put both the right and the left ear ones in my left ear because they fit better there. I don't know, this one they just fall off. So apparently my ear, like the pathway in, is different sizes or something. So let's see. I don't like the ones actually that are in your ear. I prefer the ones that just hang on the edge of the ear because I want to hear. So I would never have both anyway if I could. And they apparently have mics, both of them. So how are you, Slybark? Is you didn't answer right? If that's the right way to say it. You're a cyborg with a one in there. So it's a Slyborg then, or is it just a Borg? I don't know. So I'm just scrolling down to the bottom there, so we're ready.
Pretty good. Yes, I am a Slay Cyborg, haha.
Sly Cyborg. Got it, got it. So let's see. This is all the stuff that I need to get into the right place. Maybe we will merge AD into Windows. It is more like we have web. We have Linux, of course, but that's like more Priv-esque, really. So this should probably be Priv-esque because when we start here, we're in Linux, right? So somehow we got into Linux when we do the start here in this one, right? This one I think is empty. Yeah. That's a very old note. I don't have other stuff in here anymore. It was confusing when I searched in it to have other people's notes in the same. I don't think I have them on my hard drive yet. Somewhere maybe. So what we're looking for here, we have creds where we want to escalate from this, right? And you could see ADS start 2 as web. SQL could be the first way in. SMB could be the first way in. I've never seen us already have Windows creds. Yeah, maybe. Well, we do in the AD networks now. So we'll see if we add something here. But where I'm actually going and where we're going to work with, or what we're going to work with, is this starter AD because it's kind of this I've been doing, right? So we should add the hexabox ones there too. I don't think this one was very good though because it seems limited what you can do. So better to get better ones. And this one didn't have null session, so if you want to try that, well, fine, but it's not good for testing that, right? Finding the DC in a network, add something here that we can remove. Yeah, from a Windows machine. I guess we'd never start from a Windows machine and not know the DC. It's just that I had this. Let's just ignore that bit for until we actually find a reason to put it there. So I have so many things. Let's see if I can find. This is LDAP search on top on this one. And this is like, this is a bit blue team. This is not 80. Yeah, I had some Vasu stuff there because when I was tired and didn't want to write as much, I did this. listen to some Basu stuff, YouTube instead. No session. Yeah, this should already be in there. Oh, I think I have so many doubles here, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna go through it, and when stuff pops up that are not, grabbing another paper here, this one's a snake on it. So, VS Code plugins, CyberChef.
I like using Rocketbook notebooks sometimes when I feel like handwriting notes that need to be later typed up. Haven't used it in a while though.
Rocketbook Notes, I don't know what it is. I could have just had my phone on like typing with voice, right? And talk to it. But when it's like dashes and stuff, it's easy to just jot down some commands. It's mostly just commands. And I think I might have this one already, and some are definitely doubles. So we have null sessions here already, basic enumeration, and I'm gonna do RPC client here too. RPC client. Dash U, it is the same syntax, and this doesn't look right when it's like this. So, and it's also dash N, and I'm sure the person who showed this didn't use this, but then it's just the IP, so there's no L and dash dash. So, all empty. So it must have been the end of some of the notes. I don't think the papers are in order. One down. Let's just do the percentage by the number of notes, right? Even if it was just one line on there. Then we have ellipse search here. So this is also, let's do this on the machine and test it. Also, let's run this. So we want to confirm that everything works, right? Because putting stuff in the notes without testing it. So first of all, we have Kali. Then we have Evil Winner M. Then we have, well, I moved it around. Oh, thank you for
Fixerbot says.
subscribing.
Thanks so much
Thanks
for
so
the sub
much.
S1YB0RG.
Yeah, thanks
Less
so
than 3.
much. Thank you. So this is actually the one I wanted at the end, right? Because this is the one where we have the netcat, which seemed to be more interactive than this. And
S1YB0RG7.
oh yeah, I'm just having fun, right? So I've been thinking about actually doing YouTube videos, but I have to fix my mic, and it's just here. This is the mic, and the problem is not this. The problem is that Windows doesn't think its volume is good enough or something. So it can be working fine and then just poof out. And I tried connecting my Snowball, and it works exactly the same. So I think it's a USB, maybe power save, but all the power saving is off. So I have to dig into it. But I don't have. That's not what I want to do, right? As long as this works, the little Bluetooth thingy with the bad audio. Maybe you can't even hear how my voice sounds like right now. I want better audio, so I should fix that. So, first paste, and I want this from this machine, and we want the IP address. 15.2 is ours. What is the box's address? I'm just gonna tab to hack the box and grab it. There. So I haven't used RPC client a lot. actually, let's start with exiting that. Exit is obviously exiting. So let's help. Ask for help. Yeah, unknown option. So let's see if we get more if we do dash help. Yeah. So let's make a note for this and remove all of this from the. So not just adding the basic stuff, we also want the tools. Maybe we should put all of these basic ones here too. Like, I've been like, oh, where's Bloodhound? Where's Blood 80? Let's put them all in tools, even if they're the main ones, right? GPP decrypt, Carbrot, Mimcats. So far to drag it up now. Tickets, Ranas. Yeah, it's a tool, but it's more of a method. So I might want to change that. That's not a tool. And that's the same as the other one. Here we have a tool.
Pandatongue says,
You have been banned from Pandatongue due to non-payment of ice cream today. Deliver ice cream to restore access. 23 hours remaining.
Oh, Panda, how on earth am I gonna get you an ice cream within 23 hours? Also, you didn't count all the hours since you asked for the ice cream, right?
lol.
So
Pandatongue
that must
says,
have been like 8
Kick.
translated from
my
Dutch.
time, like 17 maybe, asking for the ice cream. So it's not 23 hours left if you go from start then. But it's nice of you to give me that much time to go to the US and give you an ice cream. We should go there, by the way. I'm thinking all the cons, all the summer fun, secret stump is a tool, get users tool, impact is a tool. The rest is like just general knowledge, which is kind of the way I want it right now. Yeah, I think this will be good, better. And then we're gonna add RPC client here. RPC client, and then we're gonna do a help section of it that I keep like consistently doing. There might be examples there, and so it's easy to find. Keeping it, trying to keep it consistent, right? Fixing the formatting so it looks pretty. If you need more space, yeah. And now we can read it easier, right? Let's remove this bit from here because we don't need that for help, but we can give an example, like basic use example. This will give us gives a prompt. So what I want to know now is, can we send commands? And I see C command, right? So we don't have to
Toothless
use the
Exhibitor 9
prompt.
Uver 1 says, cheap viewers on stream boo. Remove the space at
Toothless.
C7 hux so.
Some of those names are quite funny. I'm not gonna read it because it's family friendly, right? So if we do the same but add a C and add one of the commands, it should work. Samba options. Yeah, and this is RPC client, not SMB client. So, but it also has Samba options. Name resource, socket options, max protocol. NetBIOS name. Workgroup realm. And then we have credentials, user and for no password. We can also set password string. This is good to know. Some of the others that have -n, they don't have a password. You just have to write it when you're asked in an interactive way. It's always nice to have a non-interactive way too, right? PWNT hash. We can also run it with hash. So very nice. And we can also use an authentication file. Machine pass. So machine account password instead of --password. I wonder what lowercase p was, because port, yeah. So it must be one of those there too. So I wonder what the default port for RPC client. I mean, RPC has like a million ports, right? But it's one that is the main one. So let's just pop up the latest Nmap. Well, attactive does works. So is it? So it says RPC on 135, right? Yeah, that's the one I searched before, but I think we have all the high ones for RPC2. And I think this one might be a bit connected there too, but this is connected to the remote connection. So it's one of the WinRM ones. And this one has a pretty output here, right? Very pretty. So I guess default is 135, probably. We can try that easily. Let's do it at once so we know, because I don't. So if we do P, let's remove this. That was nice of it, right? I clicked by mistake so it and left the P. And it says kind of equals, right? Do we really need any equals? I don't think so. So this is interesting. It says equals, but I'm thinking that is for if you use a long name, we do equals. The short one, we don't. Or anyway, we know that we can do U space, right? So I'll have to try this. Stuff to test. So not that I will remember it forever, but that first note paper that I threw away, maybe it wasn't that quick anyway, because we have to find out all the things about the thing, right? And this is actually a command that I haven't used a lot. I don't know if I really use it ever, because I need to. We had crackmap exec, and now we have like SMB get. I used a lot instead of SMB client. So just grabbing all the things inside. P 135. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I kind of think this was wrong. It was quicker before, right? Yeah, so this is not the right port, but we didn't, gosh, I closed the thing, right? Of course I closed it because, oh, that's the wrong machine. And this is not an AD server, so let's go up to the actual one we're connected to and look at its Nmap. So Windows RPC, right? And this is RPC client. So what port would it be? So let's just, for fun, do the SMB ones, as it mentioned SMB2. I'm kind of curious if that's, let's just change this to a 9 first, and then for 5, yeah. Also, yeah, Yeah, because I thought 445 was most likely. So if we would set a port for SMB client, that would be the same, right? So it really might not really be RPC that it's doing. Maybe it's doing SMB mostly. Now I want to sniff the traffic now. What is it doing? But let's not dig that deep today because we want to get through the note. But to do, let's make a little note here. I need this closer so I can actually click it. Oh, that's good. On the side of my keyboard instead of that far away to control what screen you see. Close, let's see. And let's make a little to-do here. To-do, snuff, traffic, default port, protocol, really, RPC, and we kind of do this, right? It's a bit annoying sometimes with the two-line. With the two-line prompt, right? Because if we wanted something short, this is not it. That's not pretty. So this was just a parenthesis. Let's continue with adding some C, right? Let's test some stuff. So I'm sure I have other papers with this and more recent ones, so let's just check. Maybe today even. RPC client to enum users. Yeah, I wrote this today. So let's keep the order of the papers because there's other stuff in here too, I think. So the command to enum users is enum DOM users. So if we run the same command here, but we do a -c, and as -n is no. Yeah, let's do P on this one and show that it exists, and also give login creds as an example. And maybe I should have the 0 of this box, and this needs to be edited to done rename done too, so it's obvious. And creds here. And now we'll also see if it wants this format for domain creds, which is quite important, right? Oh, yeah, another copy fail. Control C, Control V. There, uppercase P for password as lowercase p is port. No, P is machine password. It's -- password. Yeah, almost missed that. -- password. So, and C is commands. Execute semicolon separated commands. So let's use these and do enum users. Well, that was some odd click, but what do you think? Will this work? So as we're already in there, right? We have to exit again, and I didn't do exit this time. Right, let's paste the whole thing, of course. Now we also see if the order. Yeah, so it worked. It worked. And then we have an example. So we're going to add examples. And we don't show output for all possible commands, but some are nice to have, so that you get like, this is what it's supposed to look like when it fails, you know, and you realize, oh, the count probably didn't have permissions or something. So the next thing we're going to do is query user on one of the users we found there. Query user and number. Let's actually try SVC printer, just because the person I got this from was IPSec, because I started watching his videos. Yeah, so that didn't work. So now, because I misspelled it, so of course it doesn't work if you misspell it. SVC dash printer. That's bigger chance of working, and it worked, right? Because we're humans. We don't want to use number if we don't have to. And the other one is 0x44f. So let's compare and make sure they're not different. 0x44f. And it looks exactly the same, right? So let's actually, there was set logon hours to this account, was there? Logon hours 0 to 21. That's looks very odd. Dot dot dot. Ah, whatever. I don't believe that. I'm thinking we'll make a limited example. We're not gonna put all of it here. We're just gonna paste it, and then we're going to grab like like log on time, log off time, 1970, kickoff time, password set. Password might change. That's a nice date. User red group. Yeah, I think that's and that. So to show that there's more stuff after, but we're not putting it there. So we can see these, for example, right? We can even remove this line, right? So do they have anything more? Yeah, we can also do enum printers, which makes me feel very SMB about this too, right? So enum printers. And as this is a server called printer, we should have a result. Oh, look, print to PDF too. So this means also that it doesn't actually show the actual printer here. It's just Microsoft XP document printer. So SMB. Now I'm curious about SMB format. Well, we have it. We're not going to use it for anything else, so why not put it as an example here too? And let's put that one. Together with other ones too, of course. So I do prefer these one-liners to getting a prompt, because it's a prompt you have to exit to. So if there's something you want to like go up and down directories like FTP, I can understand it, or SMB. So now we have to look at the help inside of there, because now I'm curious. So did I do enum users? Yeah. But this one is not in the quick example list. Common uses, like, and we could use also let's show the other one, which is so similar. Enumerate domain users. Show info on one user. Enumerate printers. So what other commands are there? Did help tell us? This is just credentials, this is connection options. So, and help is what we see. So how do we now get the rest of it? I'm thinking we actually use the base one. There. And this is also null now, right? Not the credential one. Yeah, like there can be stuff in the file description. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cross out the lines that I already entered in here now. So it was a little bit of stuff at the bottom. So help, default in these kind of things, right? Help is always there. So this is more stuff. Unix info, PVUID, shell, PVD, PV, print working, user ID, user ID to SID. Okay. MSSEC, connection parameters, plus cluster. Okay, cluster, you can use it for clusters. Witness, get interface list. Witness client connection can be made. Net name IP address. So much interesting stuff here. FSRVP. Shadow supports shadow copy requests. Check whether it supports that. So this is suddenly very interesting, because shadow copy is kind of what we wanted to do, right? So let's Control C, Control V, enter. Could not initialize file server VSS agent because we didn't log in. Let's do this instead with the permissions, right? So we're going to exit and we're going to use this one. We're not going to enum parent as well. So we have username. By the way, it worked with return slash or return backslash. And now we paste the same thing. Could not initialize. So now we got a different error. Empty status access denied. Then we got empty status object name not found. So there is no file server VSS agent. I interpret that as. Also, the service we were messing with was VSS, right? So we replaced it with our own agent. And that is what is now connecting and creating this connection. So we messed up the VSS service on purpose on this machine. So we might be the reason for this. So we might have to restart the server later and test this again. Actually, I think I will leave this tab like this in the state. But let's go check if there was anything else interesting here to do. We were just at the very start of it, right? Here. So I'm a bit sad now that we messed this up. It was just everybody else had used that service, so we just did because we couldn't list services. And that's one of the things we were going to do now when we have a system on it. So let's list services. Yeah, so we know what else there is. Let's see. So just, do I still have the tab open? Actually, this up here. This is for PowerShell. Obviously, we're in CMD. So Windows, and my notes are public. You can just check out the page. By the way, that reminds me, I actually made a new version of the notes, exported, but it didn't upload. So they're all on the web page, but the GitHub is quite fresh. Not today though. So services on Windows. Services. Here I need to make another one with commands because it's mega long. This services control. So just get service we can do, but we can also do what? Yeah, not just query X, but type service. I don't know why we would do that, but I think we get other stuff if we don't. We could also probably check status. Let's just randomly. Oh, okay. That's annoying. I should have opened this netcad with oral wrap. Let's do that. Oral wrap. Oh. New VM. Just a few days. Thursday, I think. So meanwhile, let's go and grab the restart service command, which is so long ago we used, so it takes such time to get it. Come on! And then I think it's done, and then I think it's done, and then it's actually done. So now some special characters and stuff should work. So we restart the service. We get the little prompt back. And now I can press the arrow keys. I can go back in text and edit stuff. Good. Because it's kind of annoying when you can't. And what I was actually doing was... Right, I wanted to go up to edit the command. So let's copy it here. There. Well, I think it also keeps an internal history URL wrap, so it's very nice. Very nice to use. I wanted to just add like status equals running. I'm just guessing. So state type inactive all, default active. Okay, but we got the list we got here. It said stopped. So state is stopped on these. Okay, fine. Let's not do that then. Let's remove this. I was just I had to try. Started. State equals all. Yeah, I don't want that. I want the opposite. Whatever. Let's just list them all then. Shift page up to hop up like half the page, I guess. Running. State running. Well, that was I typed. I hope that it did exist, but it didn't, I guess. So our service that we started and created. Now you can see the others. So we could replace one of the others instead. We'd actually use one of the ones that's not started. Like there's VSS is stopped. We insert your own process. VM VSS. VMware snapshot provider. Volume shadow copy is VSS. Yeah, so we wouldn't want to mess with that really, right? Because that's what we want to use. And we have a Hyper-V volume shadow. So what service do we want to mess with? So we won't have credentials to run this command when we're not in the using the service that we broke. So we don't have to do them at the same time, of course. It would just be fun to see if we could actually, like, sysmean sounds like a great one.
Panda Tongue
right?
says.
IC service, ice cream service.
Ice cream service, yeah. Let's do that ice cream service. SSH. We're not using SSH. SSH. Is SSH open on this machine? That's why I have this back, right? I think I would have shown if SSH was there. So, nmap.
I need to start lurking on YouTube. I always forget.
So you're going to lurk on both? Or lurk there? And yeah, I know you've been there sometime, right? I don't know why I have these on my head. It's not like I typed tiny text on my notes.
Lurk to give you another viewer.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Yeah, so how come there's 5 people in YouTube now? Is this a better hour for TV streaming, maybe? Thank you, everybody, for being in it. So, let's see. Twitch too, of course. Yeah.
It helps folks sleep lol.
Yeah, actually, I listen to podcasts when I'm falling asleep, always. And if they're too good, then I'll just switch to another one, though. But they don't have to be boring for me to fall asleep. I'm just, when you're in bed, you're like programmed to fall asleep. So I put a timer on 15 minutes, and I kind of fall asleep once. If it's not too warm, it's been so warm now. Oh, you were on that screen. That was not on purpose. Sorry. How did you end up there? So I did put my little. There's a button that's extra bright. That's the middle screen. So left screen used to be that one, and that one used to be have no name. I didn't have it, so I could click on it, you know, because I had a tinier screen there for 3 screen. So Sammy over here. This one is like with stars too, so I shouldn't click the wrong one. I managed anyway. So I don't really care, you know. But we could list the services as system. Oh, what a surprise. Smart card removal policy. Seems like a very important service. I'm sorry if I could become a bit tired now, you know. Let's continue actually doing something. But it would be nice to find a service. Why am I scrolling up all the way? Because I want to see where it ends. There. So.
I'll catch you later, getting out of work.
Ah, nice, Panda. Catch you later. I'll be streaming until 2 my time, approximately. So 3 hours. Then I have a workshop. That's kind of why I'm still streaming, or started streaming again. Cheating. Watermelon taste. Not really watermelon nut. So, can't we just make a new service? It's not like we're gonna use Bluetooth, by the way. We don't want to break anything that we need. Yeah, let's just type anything to end up at the bottom. So we can history now, right? Because we're using RL wrap. Very nice tool. So if you're not using RL wrap, do that. So let's get continuing with the next thing. We have RPT client. We can do lots of things. We enumerated these. We tested. And this was the reason I hopped from this. So let's put this list of all the commands, right, in there. There's so much stuff. I should like at least read a little bit. netlogon get DC name. So it is the DC, but we could get DC name from any machine then, probably with Windows on it. Add driver, add printer. So add the driver would be a way to start something malicious maybe easily without even having to go to the machine. As this is remote. And we have permissions to mess with drivers. So I'm gonna actually keep this line here. And oh, that's just stupid. I tried shift clicking because what? I thought it was in Windows or something. This is still Kali. It's just a Kali terminal still. This is a help, really the actual help. And I'm gonna put a to-do at the bottom to remember to check to-do test. Oops, copy fail. And now we know we can just put C, copy. Let's make it like this. C, and I guess I copy this again over there. This later return HTTP return we replaced the VSS service. Yeah. And obviously, let's see, false or VSS agent is what it could not initialize, right? So it's obviously we messed with the wrong thing. Oopsie. So this is a to-do. Sometime I will go through and say to-do exclamation, right? I have quite a few of them. So if we don't do it now we know what box it should be returned. It's where it is. So we can find our way back here. I think we're done with that note. So let's go LDAP search, which is in my note next. And I don't know if I actually have a note for it. So use it in LDAP pulseback attack. Notes on non-numerating Active Directory. So what note is this? Oh, right, this is the, so open that and open that.
It's okay, I'm back, home now.
Seriously, Panda. WTF, dude. How far do you have it to go? How many minutes was that? Anyone counting?
I even had to restart my PC.
Working from home then?
It's literally a 90-second walk. 30-second drive.
Oh. So if you drive, you lose all the time on getting into the car and getting out of the car, starting and stopping the car and all the things, because it just takes 60 seconds to actually drive. I don't think even you would do that, right? So but seriously, 90-second walk, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I thought so. This is Audrey's stuff. But that's nice. I should go through this and compare it to mine later. So I do have one person's one note in here. But let's not do that now. Let's go with only my notes. So what was this? This is from Breaching 80. So all of this should really have their own files too, really. Yeah, yeah. So I'll love modify. It wasn't that long since I did this. Requires slap and LDAP utils to be installed. Yeah. But we were just going for LDAP search. And the command requires LDAP server and what's this? X H LDAP query. Yeah, I think we'll just do a separate one. That has nothing to do with that. We checked that it's not, we don't have like a file for it, right? So let's under tools on ED. Well, here, in other words, let's make a new note. LDAP search. So these don't really fit between my keyboard and I'm trying to, maybe it's better that I can't see all of it than it's on the keyboard. So LDAP search H 10 10 10 10 X B like DC equals cam. Let's do an example. I did do equals, right? DC equals domain. I usually do domain.com in the examples, so it's not like exactly something. Yeah, so we know what the domain here is, right? Return.local, that's the domain. So DC local, DC return would be the example. DC equals comma, and the order matters, and the domain IP, I don't remember, but let's actually do that. And I think I can do that now. I'll just select it first. So IP address, let's just tab to the box, click actual IP. So what will this give us, right? So this is exit. Invalid option H. Didn't do H. What could it possibly say there? That's a problem with paper notes. H. Gosh. So I very much regret actually typing something here. So like see if my old history has LDAP search in it. Yeah. And there we see exactly the one that I had before, right? So H, and this probably needs to be LDAP colon. Then will this work? Search 2, result 1, operations error. In order to perform this operation, a successful bind must be completed on the connection. Yeah, it seemed kind of short, right? See if I have any other LDAP searches here, or we can just Google. So, was that an LDAP search? No. LDAP something else. Oh gosh. These are in like a book shape. LDAP search. X. H. There's H in here too. Definitely H. So this one had the X too. Base S. Okay, so S base. This is complicated. Now I have two files and no good place to put it. Base. What? Oh, there. I doubt there's two words. And also, there was no uppercase H, but a lowercase 1. And this again. Yeah, there's no lowercase h. So, it might be an older version. LDAP search example. Example of common LDAP searches. So, H again, right? So let's go exactly this. Oh gosh. And just change it to hours. LDAP search D. I think it's called SVC printer or something. I think that's the name. Printer. Well, we can do the IP, but let's do this. Printer dot return dot local. Oh. Oh. Legacy. Thanks. So this dash starting it makes TTS not read it. So it's just because dash is the first character. So dash H lowercase, just the hostgame legacy. So that's why it's not in help. H uppercase full URI, modern and preferred in many tools. Yeah, because we got the error here. So, but I was kind of thinking the H one should work still, but not. And then we get an example, and it's also got the H.
Insufficient Brad says.
Yeah, hi.
Hi,
By
BDW
the
less
way.
than 3.
Welcome back. So let's make a modern one. This was just a. I just realized my hosts might have some stuff of this, and it might not be updated. So let's just open another one, and let's just. Nah, just to check this, and
How are your walks? Do you still go out to sweat a little?
yeah, but it's I usually do it when my kid's in school and it's summer break, so we'll see when school starts again. I think it's the 20th of August, so I'm on vacation too, I guess. No, but I should move more, really. I'm just tabbing here. Where am I tabbing? Yeah, I'm tabbing to Xbox there and checking what the IP is again. Yeah, so this actually is changed, right? So we have 211 and we have
Ouch,
117.
20th of August. It's earlier than in most EU countries.
What? He's got like extra late. So so 10, 129, 172, 11. Yeah, so this might affect it too, of course, but I didn't fix that.
In Poland, for instance, school starts at 1st of September.
Oh my god, that's so late. For like people in 9th grade, he's starting 9. Kids, he's 15. Just became 15.
Same in Germany, Ireland, etc.
Yeah, so I used to work in Ireland in a compact support call center, and all other countries had more like red days and vacation days than we had in Sweden. We had the worst. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, let's add a Swedish national day as a holiday." We were like, "Yes, we're gonna get another one." And then they were like, "Oh yeah, we're crossing this old one out." Okay. That's annoying. So dating myself as I was like 1998. or something.
But when does the school ends? At beginning or end of June?
I can check. Let's see. Let's check the calendar. So when did school stop? Sorry, takes another second here. Messy calendar. There it is. I think the 9th of June was his last day. Yeah, 9th. That's was his last day before summer break. So, let's check on Elder search here.
So there is
So,
a shift. And planned it ended 27th of June this year.
okay, yeah. So it's kind of nice to have vacation in August, but most people are like not having vacation then. So when everybody else is on vacation, it's usually not a lot to do.
Okay, sorry for off topic, smile
Ah, no
smile.
problem at all. I was just checking if I can see a date on the stocks. Red had 11. I don't know Red Hat really, but maybe we should check something else that has modern examples. Or we could ask ChatGPT to make us a list. So I think I have it here somewhere. Let's actually make a new one because it'll think we're doing the same thing. So please give a example list of useful elder search commands with modern syntax. H. So right, I remember the X was simple. I don't know exactly what it does. D user example com bind dn. Okay, so it's like the login. Yeah, I prefer this to what we had in the example. Was DC equals, right? CN equals, of course. Yeah, so it's better to have SVC for render here. And if we need to add something, so 389 LDAP. Yeah. So I'm looking for the S. This is also LDAP. So basics. This is just the syntax then. B base dn. I think we had that already. Let's go back to this. Yeah, B. So H is old, and instead we use uppercase H, and let's just paste the ChatGPT once here. This doesn't really say much, does it? So you're welcome to come with suggestions, you know. Oh, I don't want that. Do I? Maybe I want that. Old syntax. Replace with H. Well, let's just check your comment there. Uppercase, full URI. Yeah. So it's just adding the L up and possibly some other changes. So these I saw mostly with IPs, but maybe those are used to do. We definitely can do it. Also, this one is just DC because the domain is later, I'm assuming. So I copied that, but I didn't copy this. So let's copy that too. As the line being explained here. Let's just do this instead. I'll remove this layer. After checking we got all the things we want and that they work, right? So let's just copy that. So llub search, llub column // dc d user domain com v prompt for password. We're not gonna want it to prompt for password. We're gonna want to put the password there if we need a password. B dc and then the query. So let's update it. All users. And this will get a funny result with ours. So let's actually copy this line and let's adapt it to our information, right? So this one is called printer. And it is SVC printer at return.local. And return and local, and this is the opposite direction from mine. So we'll see if this works. It seems backwards. Wrong one. Yeah, because we did that. I guess you have to remember the password. So copy, because it usually fails a bit. Paste. So let's redo this, but with the correct thing. What I haven't done that I always do is grab the help, right? This is horrible. I need the help. I'll search dash H. I know I already did it, but I don't want to scroll up if I don't have to. Copy. Let's make a helper. Paste the help here. And make sure we don't have breaking stuff. And let's copy that. Here's another one. Look, different characters on different sides. That kind of breaks it. And don't. So here's the same thing again. Can't they decide what they want? So, what was it that I was looking for really? Oh gosh, I put it in the wrong file. Well, easy to move. I think I will undo so I make sure that I didn't yeah, I just started adding there. So this is where it's supposed to be. And I was checking out password. Right. So if we want to do the password, we do W, lowercase w. Oh, okay. So uppercase W to ask, and lowercase. And that's when we need simple authentication. So if we just change this one to W and add the password here, which I definitely don't have in the memory still. So there. Oh. Let's just copy this. Let's do password and change this one to that, because that was the general name. So now we should work without typing a password. So let's grab some examples. We don't have to do all of them again. The same thing for the help. Examples and we'll add more stuff. Also, this the comments look prettier here, right? So we can see the output easier. It's because of the SH here. I have to look. Yeah. I could imagine it doing that on the shell too. So we have administrator, guest, printer, computer, in domain controllers of you, and QBTT, SVC printer. So we only have this only user and this only computer in the whole AD actually. Search result 2. Object class user.
8-bit boy 100 says,
I think the order of the domain component, DC, is necessary, cause that's where it first starts looking for in a distinguished name, DN, CN equals Peter, CN
Yeah.
equals user, DC equals return, DC equals local. It starts looking from left to right.
Yeah. So this one was the opposite. The example we had up here. So this was from probably IPSec video, I think, because I've been watching those while working and just taking down notes when I hear something that's interesting. So let's. This is why we have a machine here in ECE to test stuff. So it's matching on that, right? By the way, first thing I was going to test was just remove this, because I'm thinking now will give us all the data, right, on all the users, and this might be more what we want. So how would we separate? Let's say we want also the description. So let's just do that first. So what if I do description here? And maybe we want the case correct? No, I don't think so. So I'm thinking, should we do quotes and comma or something? Script description. No, it just got both like that. So let's then add mess it up by putting these in a different order, right? So let's do local. It all depends on how the search works. And what if we had a return? Yeah. So we got problems. And this is kind of the error output we got before. And I think this might be an H thing too, as with the -H upper and lowercase, that they changed it. So the order is not the reverse, but the right order, the way you type the domain. So return local is the way to go. And let's grab that one. I don't know if I want to put this full darn thing in the notes, but let's just and also just the name, because we have the domain here. So what if we put the full thing here and just nothing here? Can we do that? Do you require a B? Let's just test it a bit, right? So what if we have printer that's domain.local? I'm assuming this won't work, but I want to know. And the B was checking up here. Let's hop to help. Base DN. Yeah, so this is the base DN for search. As long as we don't search for the basic stuff, we should have this in there, right? And we need to search for that first when we start. So we should add that to the notes. But now let's just delete it and see what it can do. Can it do this? Yeah. Contact LF server. So let's just cat etc hosts and see if we have print and return local is in here, so it can find us, but it still doesn't work. Confirming that it's really necessary. It's not just that it doesn't find it. So, and we can add more stuff here if we wanted to then. Yeah, I think I can replace, double mouse click by mistake. I'm gonna replace the other example with this one, because why do you only want some account name? So the example here we're going to replace with this one. There. So now we have the description too. Yeah, requesting some account description. So what if we reverse the order of these? Will they still be in the same order here? I'm thinking this is it's not alphabetical because DE is after DN, but DN is like what it is. So just one last test, and then I'm gonna hop to the next thing. So description, some account name. So the same, it doesn't matter. Now we're going to do what I had in my notes here. If I can read there. The base naming context, that's what I want to do. So imagine we don't have anything to search on, right? We don't have the base naming context. So if I do -h now, can I see the help for this? Are there like default? I'm almost scrapping this. Common options. Yeah. So let's check out what it did. Computers, all group specific user, member of group, users, and SPN. Yeah, I don't want to miss time. So, list domain admins, check for unconstrained delegation. Oopsie. User account control. Specific version, is it? Not like a comparison member of. Yeah. User service principal name equals star. How would that show? Well, gosh, I have to stand for 2 seconds. I've been sitting too much today. My papers are falling. They fell in under the keyboard. So this is not like a common thing for me to try and convert paper notes. Part of me is thinking, let's run them all, and the other part is like, why on earth would we want to? So we can do like use this data, and we don't have to change stuff. But really, the start is the same, right? Or maybe we just copy them in case we would want to. But finding base naming contexts. So there. Oh. So it is the word base and naming context. Still. I tried that, but it was for the wrong one. And I think it's nice to have the exit to start, really. So let's modify this. XHD. Let's not use D then in this one. And no W. And obviously no H. That was for me trying to get help. And getting help.
Cracksoft Schlock says, I reached to your channel randomly, but you are really teaching cool.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Welcome in. Yeah, so if you didn't follow, do that so you can find your way back. When I stream next time, which probably maybe not tomorrow, but the day after, I'm sure. We'll see about tomorrow. I need to spend some time with my kids too. Yeah, so let's do the full LDAP name. Printer dot, yeah, domain dot local, and then we do -s base, and I'm gonna skip there be nothing and do just naming context and try this first. Contact LDAP server -b nothing. Yeah, I thought that didn't matter. So let's
Sorry,
compare
but
to what
how
I
you
had.
started your path and you makes different in this crowd of cybersecurity.
So I've been working with the IT like a long time. But then some time ago I started checking out cybersecurity, and I've been just learning stuff for some time, for a few years. So nothing but that.
Fixerbot
Also done
says,
programming, a
New
lot of
follower
programming
Cracksoft
through the
Schlock.
years,
Less than 3.
since before I was a teenager. So yeah, let's combine the one I had with this, and that was just let's just do the IP instead, because this is like a bit messy, right? I'm just gonna copy it from Hexabox again, there. And the old one was -s base. And then I had naming contexts. And I might be misspelling this, as it is paper notes. But it worked. So, not ChatGPT, but this. Meaning, if we had an actual real DNS server.
Jay, not a professional, says hi there. So you're trying to
Hi.
take paper notes and turn them into text in Obsidian? Quick question, do you have access to a reasonably powerful GPU?
I have a 1080. So, it all depends. I can play all the games, I can do what I need. But it's not new. So I take paper notes just when I was working. But now we're not just putting them into my Obsidian notes, but actually also testing stuff and researching how to make them better, right? So this is like the base thing. If we don't have anything on the domain, we just have an IP here. And I'm actually showing stuff where we can't see. So the first thing we need to do, I think this is just, we can just delete it. But let's first put the first example, which is this. And I'm gonna copy this and put it at the very top. Very top. And we might like anonymize that by just doing 10, 10, 10, 10 if we want to, but so ellipse search. And yeah, next step would be to add a B onto this and remove base.
Praxoff Schlock says, "You have great notes.
Jay,
How you
not a
maintain it?"
professional, says okay, was just wondering, I have a project on GitHub called Rectangular File which takes PDFs of notes, converts them into text w/a local VLLM and puts them into a SQLite 3DB.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, you can. I run Olamo a bit on this. For example, for summarizing news. I have a script that reads from web pages, but you had two messages at the same time. So first, you were first on Twitch there. So thank you for liking the notes. So I have them on GitHub. So if I may delete something by mistake, it's there, you know. And I also sync it to, let's see. So we have GitHub, and we have Notes. But Notes is not as updated as GitHub. Okay. And then hopping to J, not a professional. Was just wondering, I have a project on GitHub called Rectangular File. Into text. Yeah. PDFs of notes. Okay. Yeah. So I might look at having an LLM connected to this in some way. But then it would be something RAG-ish. But I don't know how to do it yet. But someone told me they would tell me, so I'll have to ask.
Randomly I reached here, but I feel, just now I connected a cool and a best person.
Thank you. You're very welcome. So, let's continue and see if we can get even more good notes.
Jay, not a professional, says, I'm assuming you're converting from handwriting.
So I was at work watching movies videos on YouTube while I was working. So multitasking when I didn't need my full brain, you know. So I just jotted something down, and it wasn't the perfect case or anything. And also, this was old videos apparently, because it's a new syntax now. So that's great. So now we're going to use this command that we just wrote here and update this to be the next one. So we're going to remove the base naming context, and instead we're going to add the B. So dash B, and we're going to use the new format then, return local instead of local return. So DC equals return, comma DC equals local. So it's like return.local, which is the domain. And we can of course also see the main here. I could have copied it from here, right? I just typed it instead. So let's see if that gave us anything. I don't think there's supposed to be a space there, right? Does it matter? No. Requesting all. In order to perform this operation, question. So this might be just a permission problem too. So let's add the permissions back. Hold up, so we're adding D and W. So if we get a problem with this, we add, go back, and after, before the B is where we had it before, so there. And that worked. So the problem was we didn't have permissions. And now we didn't specify anything, meaning we specified everything. I think the default is everything, right? So let me click instead. Yeah, I guess we got everything in this AD. Oopsie. Yeah. So this is a tiny AD with one computer and one computer and one user. And this is the amount of data we get. So we should probably ask a query, not just send, hello there, tell me everything about yourself. Base with scope subtree filter star requesting all. Yes, we did get all. We got so much data, but it worked, right? So this might be interesting sometimes. And we also confirmed that the problem is that this one, the specific one, required creds, right? So if I didn't, I just added the creds and it worked. And what we got before was this. We can see the same query, but search result text LDAP error comment. In order to perform this operation, successful bind must be completed on the connection. Kind of probably meaning credentials needs to be bound there. I'm assuming.
Web link.
Ah, sure. LinkedIn connection. Yeah, just send it and I'll connect to you. And my LinkedIn is also in the on Twitch there. Network security and pen tester. Cool. Oh, I see you already sent. Accepting. Yeah. I'll keep a tab up. I'll just move it a bit because maybe you don't want to be on full stream. I don't know. So let's continue. Yeah, so I was in a Red Siegecast before this, and they suggested this single file to download website for phishing stuff. So this should be approved by Red Siege. No bad stuff in there. Let's remove these. This one doesn't work. And what is this? It is me adding X. No, it's just the IP address change. And this one is as sub. So LDAP search. I kind of want the common stuff first, right? So base naming context. To make searches, we need the base naming context. We can request this. Colon. And then we just do it. And then we can use it. So oh, that was supposed to be Control X because we don't want to double. Get all data. Warning. Then let's move these. And we'll keep this like more informational bit that's not really very needed because it's self-explanatory, right? The H bit might be interesting. Bind DN, also telling bind is logging in, what it calls it. So all users, and what difference do we have here? It is just that this one doesn't have, it has the default words. And this one has the actual user name. Yeah. And they kept using this format and it worked. Let's remove this one. And like we could add this description there if we wanted to. Should we add some other search here? The first bit stays the same. The first bot even. The first bit. And then we do. Let's hop over to Shatty. Is it here? Let's like move it to the end. So I'll stick from some examples, right? And the bit at the start is always the same. It's first when we go here to the search. This one just asks for computer. This one asks for groups. Yeah, very basic ones. Specific user. And they're not filtering on this one, they want all the data. Yes, we could like mention something about query filtering, right? and it calls it filter too, not just me. Or rather, it says filter is this, what I call the search, and then what I call the filter, they call the requesting. Just to be logical. Yeah, so here we have a longer search. We can do these just to make sure they are actually working. And they have their W there, of course. Yeah, domain admins, unconstrained delegation. So, I'm like, do I want to even do this? No. We will just copy this bit and we'll hop over here and we're going to test it by just adding it here because we have the base. So this should just return one computer. We just one computer, and this is just a DC. But we get all of these all the time. Num entries, num references. So is there something not to show the references? Because I don't want this for every reply. So search, see if H actually worked, or if it just defaulted to showing me. I think H works. No, it says invalid option. So if it just did LF search, it will also show us this. No. So we have to make something bad, or what's help? I'm not reading all of that. Also can spell grab. What? That was odd. Well, let's just look what I was actually looking for, which I don't remember anymore. Why did I want help? Yeah, right. Don't show references. That's what I want. And since we have the help in text form in our notes now, let's just search here instead. Reference. Didn't see anything. Debugging level. So familiarizing yourself with all the commands like this that you can have are useful with AD, that's nice. Just reading the help a bit quickly like this. Testing some options, testing some searches or commands, in this case searches, right? Here are some other search plus filter examples, and I was gonna do computers groups And then we had like domain admins, and there was other stuff too. So let's just I'll just move this to the other screen so I can just hop it over quickly. We search for computers. That was not very skilled. So, and computers, groups, specific user. Members of a group, and paste. And oh, find a user with SPNs. I'm gonna copy that one because it's longer. And then it had domain admins. And the check for unconstrained delegation. Which is a bit more complicated, and I need to know how it works. I'm gonna ask it. Because it looks like it checks for user account control, specific version, for specific value. Not like if it's more or less or anything. So, please explain the example. And then we asked about base 2, and it kind of didn't work, but we found the right thing. Sure, there's a search filter unconstrained location, which is a risky configuration where a user machine can impersonate others without restrictions. Here's the command again. So I need to know what this means. Bitmask attribute controlling account behavior. Okay. Bitwise and match flag. Trusted delegation. So I can't see what's behind that because of the darn copy thingy. Yeah, that's the value. Okay, then I get it. Oh, so that's why we have an and here. So it's a bitwise and. Good. And the raw value for confirmation. So let's copy these and put them under this as an explanation. So we don't have to ask again or check again or whatever. to include only computers. Object class, computer. Yeah, it just adds an extra in here. So this is not clear to me that this would be a bitwise and there. We can run that one too to test, see if it works on this one to send it. Let's move this back to the other browser so we don't have a mess. That's obviously the wrong thing.
FixerBot says,
Time to move it, move it. 10 chair sit-ups redeemed.
Thanks for keeping me awake. Just a sec. I'm just gonna find my notes and copy the command from here. Yeah, look, I missed that. That's why it was bad. So it's nice when you can go back and see your actual copy mistake. And then we can just actually do that and hop back there and add it because there. So we didn't get any returns and the line is gone, which it says, well, I don't like the responses. Here's results, 0 success. Okay, so what was it? Share setups. Okay. So I have to sit like sideways on this chair and see if I can manage not falling off. So 10.
S1YB0RG says, I'm Gaila the boxing yas.
Well, how else can you do sit-ups, right? I think it was 10. If it wasn't, I'll have to start over. You counted, I hope. Let's see. So this LDAP search bit here is done. Yeah, so thanks for waking me up, seriously. Yeah, so it is 020. LDAP search. Might contain user. Oh, there's more here. Sub. What is S sub? Oh, we're already on there. Let's go back to one of the more basic ones. That's the one with permissions. Object class computer. But what if we instead do yeah, actually we're going back to this. And we're doing S sub. S sub. Yeah, so we require the permissions. So let's go to the computer one and let's remove that. And let's try again, -s sub. And 0 success, none entries. These are like interesting. So what did we get really? Did we get all the things again? What is sub? Let's actually ask ChatGPT because that's quickest, right? What does S sub do? Search scope or subtree meaning. Okay. As base, as 1. So base, we tested. Yeah, I don't think that's worth a note. It says here might contain user format, so we got a crazy amount of information on this. I think we can scroll up a long time again, but I don't know. So let's do a clear and let's run the command again. And now we know that all of this data is from the last command. Yeah, so commands that give us this much data, they're like hard to find something useful in. What if we check this top here? Return local DN, top domain DNS. You kind of think we need to parse this in some way. Users return local. Top container, CN users. Yes, so the type of these are container, right? So if you're curious about those, we just go up again to the computer one and we do a container instead, and we get information about 118 containers. Yeah, so I'm kind of lost where it starts again, so I'm gonna go clear again and send it again. So now you can see it's not the same crazy amount. Users, system, top. For security principles, program data, Microsoft program data, my service accounts, Winsock services, RPC services, meetings, whatever. Let's say that we're done with this. So I'm gonna skip that sub thing, and if I hear it again, I might add it. So, cross that out. So many things, and I found another SMB client. SMB client L. All right. Let's go back to the last one, SMB client, and check if we have L in there. So it should be here, I think. No, we didn't do SMB client today. I was RPC client. So am I on the wrong place? Yeah, Windows. So go to AD tools. And we don't have SMB client here because it's under SMB, I think. But maybe we should have it here. So over Windows we have SMB. We have SMB client. Let's just do a little SMB client command. So I'm gonna clear again so much history. So SMB, and as this one was quite similar, this is depressing if I actually remember the name, the IP. Was it wrong? The wrong machine to tab on. Yeah, it's the right IP. So L. Yeah, this is exactly the command that the command in my history was the command was in my notes. I think I'll just cross that out, but we didn't have SMB client notes where I wanted them, right? So let's hop back over here and check. So this is just a share name. And now let's share now. We don't have null in here. Alright, yeah. We can do commands here too. Semicolon separated just as with the RPC client. Prompt off, recurse on, cd path, lcd local path, mget star. Remember making this one. Reading the help. So tools, new note, SMB client, and then we for now do SMB client from SMB and just link it there. So if we click here, we end up here. What we don't have here though is null sessions, which we have in not in Linux definitely, but in AD. So there, don't we have SMB client in here? Kind of think we do, like somewhere SMB client. Yeah. So let's drop this line into this one too. There. I think actually this does guest when I looked at it. And we don't need really. That's the default thing, I think. No, the default is using kind of what your username is. Yeah. But anonymous. I don't want to play with it again because I just did. So we're just gonna hop to whatever I have next. Yeah, so here I have lots of. Oh, here we have more LDAP search. The basic of naming context. gets info local XB. Yeah. Gives lots of info. We can cross it out again. Object class person. Did we do that? Yeah, and then we can do okay. Let's actually do one more thing for the LDAP search. Like a helpful for password spraying. What she got? Yeah. So in case someone doesn't know, you just do a dash to make the TTS not read something. And is there a dash in chat? To see what it is, but it was just one of the automatic messages. So we're gonna send the LDAP search from before, and it should pop up. And we're going to, let's do person. I don't know if person exists. And it's obviously not with a uppercase, right? It works. So person. What's person? Object class person. Organizational person. So we can see we didn't get a million answers, right? How many did we get? 5? So what's a person then? Oh, it's a user accounts. Object class person and user. So compared to user, we get the same. No, because person, yeah. So number responses 9, number entries 5. The same. So why use person? Let's try and graph this for some account name. And I didn't spell it right. There. Now I've cheated. So this is to get the usernames only, right? So something to use for password spraying or something. So we're going to put this as an example in the LDAP search, as it might be useful, right? So Sage, and we're gonna grab this one. Then we can mess with this to just get the second column, but it's city. Maybe we should do that in the command. Nah, let's continue doing useful stuff, right? So let's do usernames for password spray. And now I did a column which I didn't do before. So There. A bit long. Or you put it here. Well. So it is both there and there. Object plus person, sum account name, grab. And that one we should probably also put in the like main list. So I cross it out. Let's also cross this all up search out. It's just one line. What if you could search for paper notes? So I think we are getting somewhere, even though it's not mega quickly. As long as I'm constantly learning something, and hopefully someone else too. So I think we're unusually money on YouTube. So thanks everybody for being there, and you're welcome to chat too if you want to. Oh gosh, all the notes, all the I have post-its too. Let's put those like separately. I think I have more post-its in here. Might have dropped something too. Yeah, right. I remember. So let's put this one down in copy. And so which commands would be useful here, right? So when we have no information, we can get some information from this. When we have information, we can get more information. So finding usernames. So this command has a username, right? But it just depends on if you do require that to do LF searches. So we could put this in escalation. We might have one user. And here we have an ACSB version with the root brute there. And then we have this one, which is, well, we could just keep it like this for now. Or we can even do password for this one at least. Username, and this one we do 10.10.10.10, and here we have again main and the rest is the same. And then we can copy this for like user enumeration already up here. So if we don't have a creds, it might just work depending on the domain. To do will this work ever? And before this, something we know works. I am not tabbing, but just hopping over here, checking the base naming context. Is for that. Basic enumeration. Well, all of this is shares, right? Users. Don't I have users in here? No. It's in the notes for sure, right? So if that works, I think there's a users too, which is not the read root. I'm quite sure. So we can try it now. I don't think this one works with this though. So IP address there. I'm just gonna delete everything but the IP address. Wouldn't be easier to copy it again or anything like that. Actually, let's keep the password too, and we're actually being efficient. No, because I don't want it. Yeah, because we can test with it first. So P U and C SMB and just this, and then so if it wasn't an existing command, we would have seen it, right? Yeah. So it is an existing command, and now we try it with no. Let's so we didn't get anything. We got a plus here though. Time flies. Almost one already. So on some machines this might work, but this one it doesn't. Meaning on some machines this might work, but on this one it doesn't. It's a bit longer though. Quite much longer. And of course this needs to be 10, 10, 10 to remind people that's an IP you need to change. And it's quite obvious, right, that this is what you need from there. I don't know if I want these lines here. This is just like a summed up short form. That's what it's supposed to be. I grab naming context. Let's say get instead, because it sounds more professional. Like I want my nose to sound professional? Nah. Get usernames. Well, for what? That's like too much info. And obviously, the last bit is mostly interesting. Yeah, but I'm gonna put it after instead. So if I look for tutorials and stuff to test on other machines, test where no session works, because we don't really have such a thing. Could we do shares on this one? No, we don't have access. So we need an example machine where we can. And I don't have one. I don't know one yet. Maybe one of the old ones, but I don't remember. So we need an example machine to test those. And this one too at the end. So that's how I put this one too. Though it's kind of obvious. And now we have NACSMD, then we have guest. I don't like that. Let's do this instead, and whatever worked. Doesn't have to be guessed. Whatever worked. There. Like that. And then we have the one with passwords after we have that. Though I guess this one could be under user enumeration, but we're still doing this there, right? And this is a user txt if we have users. Yeah, to check if they. Yeah, it's from some of my other notes. I'm like merging everything. So I think that's all we need from here, specifically like the quick list, and then we might add more later. Yeah, we might need this again. I might think of that again, but then we can open it. Don't think we're gonna play with services. This one we're not gonna do now, at least. That's finished. Yeah, bye-bye. So, Linux, I don't know why we open. Just to show, right, that this is kind of how it looks there, maybe? I don't remember. Let's continue here. If we have permissions to a user, if we have permissions to give a user access to a usable group. So this is later when we're trying to. We have definitely got some access, right? So we own a user. We probably checked Bloodhound RDP to do. LDAP search. We added it now. But not all possible versions and thingies. So let's leave it there for now. We might add more stuff for LDAP search. But now there is a LDAP search and tools that we can link to. And I also made a file that's empty for that. So Bloody AD. Oh my god, why did it hop to the end? Oh, because I clicked end. I thought I could hop like this to the end of it. No, no, not that easy. Oh gosh, did I hop the T? So we have notes on all the things that we want to add. If we have permissions to a group. So we have done Bloodhound by now. And we don't have permissions to dump. Sam. Let's delete that because I think put it there, and it's also a to do there, isn't it? To do double check. I already did, but triple check then. So after Bloodhound, but possibly before here. So if we have permissions to add a user to a well, what did I call it? Usable group. Yeah, I'll use those old words. So how many levels? 5 level headers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it pops up here in the list, like indented and nicely. So create user. Why? Because it wants. Why do I have 2? Because okay. Create user. So actually going to shift enter there and put a command. We're going to just net use example. Temp user. I already thought out boring ones. Temp my pass. Add domain. That should be add to group. Shift enter, and then I have control plus for pass. Net group. Create group. That's the group name. Add temp user. Check. That's group. Create group. So just a quick in here, put all the basic stuff. We could also have that in PowerShell, but not the second. Well, that was one bit. Then I have just a little bit of this left that I think we'll save, but I'm just gonna save a little paper bit instead of all of that, and hit E4. So time within 1 minute. I already have that in here. Time. DC time. We need similar for some things. Oh, SMB map. I'm like, I don't think I ever used the command ever. So we got the help from typing it only. Oh gosh, it's one with a banner. Samba share enumerator. So let's put it under now, other tools. And it kinda is starting to end up like all the things are under 80 now. Though this is obviously SMB. But I'll have to take care of that later because we have an SMB section. So this should probably just be a linked copy like we did here. Maybe we should just make it like this. Like start making it under SMB. SMB map. And let me go back. Like this is the stuff. I kinda wanna put this one in there too. So let's link SMB get. Let's grab some of the basic ones. User get, recursive. Yeah, these two. For the password one, it's the same syntax, right? And we're going to make it to linked SMB get. New note, SMB get, and just SMB get to the one here. So if you click that, we end up here. So done. But I do want a few things in my start here. Because why not volatiles, right? SMB get is the best one in getting lots of files. It's the best. Because you can just type a simple command, get all files from SMB share. Yes, my love. Hade du lagt igen? Vad sa du? Jag vet gubben. Jag har ett möte klockan 2 annars hade jag lagt mig det. Kan inte du få sova? Jag hämtar det. Är det varmt gubben? Du ser jättetrött ut. Just getting some water for my kid. Varsågod. Försök sova sen, okej? Vänta inte på mig. Jag har kyrka. Hur ser det ut? Det är inte. Sorry. Jag är på din arm. Okej. Jag hade så kallt som jag kunde. Okej. Försök sova nu, baby. Gott. Mhm. Nej, jag har kurs klockan. Jag skriver efter dig. Yes, då sa vi direkt. Riktigt klart. So I wish my Proxmox server wasn't down. So he should be sleeping. He's really tired. He's like, yeah. Can't really hear what he's saying. Oh, that reminds me how tired I really am. So, SMB map. Cat with 2 T's. Right. So guest is also, but this is also a hint on if we don't want guest but want an actual user. 10, 10, 10, 10. Just have something except that's not like something set. And let's put the same here. So U N, no password, as others. So really this one should almost be first. This is a more complicated thing. It's not just it's downloading lots of files, right? So no NEC SMB has a spider thing. This just downloads all the things instead. That's much better. So user enumeration. Where did I put the spiders with creds? Spider here. So why put it here? Because any user, this could be anonymous. This files on shares. Let's put it on over there. So it is a bit of a mess, that, right? Instead of doing the can download to, we're going to put the option on there and do downloads too. And we're going to do so we keep this short format. There, get all files from SMB share, because this is just a short list of things to test, right? And we can go to the specific files on them if we want more information. UN, get all files from SMB share, and then it's obvious that this is the same, but we're using the user instead of you, because password. It didn't look as good here, right? The dash password is the way it is. You can't do P. So maybe we should do sections like user enumeration and split these up actually. But at the same time, it's easier to type this, right? But then maybe we should have, but here we need at least a list of users. Or have a username, found a username, and we are brute forcing passwords. Yeah, so the time within a minute I had, of course, and SMB map is what we were going to add. I don't know why I have one word here, because it was the end of the day and there's nothing more probably. So, last on this note, we have SMB map, and I did not add it, but I added the other one. So SMB map, and I'm quite sure I added it in SMB there. So the plan here is to add stuff to this file, right? And then we just click the link and we get here. So SMB map H 10 10 10 10, and we're going to of course test this command. Also we're going to get the help. So we have a few of the odd green stuff. This one at least ends itself. So exclude shares, exclude. So it's like it starts a quote here, but it doesn't have the start character. Whatever. Well, let's just do that. And then it is EX start and stop. So why? Why is this one green? I don't get it. It just flipped out a bit. Whatever. I don't care if those are those. I don't think the other one needed it either. So let's just remove it instead. So that's just, I know these are details. It just looks so much prettier. Rather, it's so much easier to read, right? So if all of these are just yellow, we can easily just pick them up. Or the command bits. So h host, but examples up h. So h might be required. Yes, it seems so. So d seems like domain, but it is a workgroup in that case. So d domain workgroup is the default domain. Windows for workgroups. Windows 3.1. Beamup upd hh. So hh. Typo. Lowercase h is, I see no hh. That's the only place. So I think it's just a typo. X. Net group. Domain admin's domain. Meaning we're running a command. Execute. Command. Execute a command on the host. CMD mode. Default is VMI. Okay. So as we have VMI remote execution permissions on this machine, supposedly because we didn't manage to get services that way, even though we managed to start services on this box, it's a little bit funny. And we like remote management group in the domain. So yeah, let's I'm almost held up searching this. Held up search. Will be a class user, but I want a specific case. Kind of this. No, more like the older groups, not domain admins. I think group is the next one if I run it. So remote management users. I think that's the one. No, yeah, remote management users. Yeah, not remote desktop, remote management. So SMB map. Knowing this network we're on, we're going to have to give it the creds, right? So as I have them with the similar syntax here, we're going to just hop to the start and type SMB map instead. And the H, we need H. Dash H and the IP address. And user, password. And then we're going to do, let's do the domain. I don't think it's required. It's a domain controller. but we didn't say that the account is. Let's just try what happens if we just do this. Nice. It just gave us a pretty information, but I don't like banners. It's just waste of space. So let's now X. So I'm going straight to the execution here. And let's do, what could we possibly do? What's the example? The example is net group domain admins domain. So let's just copy the example from the help. And I'm gonna paste it here and run it. Something weird happened. Errors occur when reading from remote. Hang tight. Yeah, I kinda like this command now. It's totally my not that crazy serious style. Something weird happened. So let's do something that we should have permissions to do. Can we do several commands? Like assuming we have, yeah, so we'll get this on all the things we send because of the user permissions, I'm thinking. It won't be able to do anything. So what if we switch? What was the other option for X? Mode PSXX. Mode PSXX. No, has no attribute set timeout. Yeah, so we're like using an ancient command. Now I'm curious. How long is it since this version came out? It has a GitHub URL, so we can just copy it. I want to open it on this machine instead. So talk about clicking the wrong thing, right? So it's updating. 5 months, 6 months. So it is not like Kerberos that we get crazy number of years on, right? So many tools that are never updated, but maybe they don't need to be updated, but so it makes me not trust them. 2k stars. And I've never used it. Has been updated to Python 3. That kind of says a bit about it though. Let's see what the last commit was. So what was the changes here? So we're in the file SMB.py. Global list of timeout. Try. So the handling of a parameter. Recursive data list timeout. Timeout stuff they changed a bit. So this wasn't a big change, but maybe some update. Added listed timeout, just added it. Shard, shared. Oh, so that's just a typo fix. Okay. Yeah, then it's just additions. So February, January. So all over here it's patched in little session bag. 4 to 7. January. Right, so what version did we have? Let's check it out. We're on 1.10.7, meaning this. So we got the bug patch. Because I got an old feel. Oh, authenticated to null session. Right, so we can see here that we have an authenticated session. So I'm scrolling up till, didn't I try with the null session too? Didn't I even do it? And because I didn't, because I know it doesn't work, right? No fun for you. I might type that on the script. So I kind of want to read the code for this now, but I'm not going to go do that now. It is just 35 minutes until the Ryan's thingy starts. So maybe I should. It's not like I have time to set up an AD server. So we'll see. I wonder how long it is, as it's starts 2 a.m. my time. I'm gonna actually do this and the calendar and click the theme I do and click the little Zoom link. Active Directory Certificate Services, exploiting ECS 1 to 4. So, and I'm gonna close these because I don't want to share the link by mistake, because people are supposed to like join there, you know? So if it were to have it start, I would notice. So I've got this little join thingy now. Yeah, I can't like really join it because my camera is busy, right? Here, live workshop, and I think it opened. Oh, that wasn't the one. Sorry. So I recommended this one already. Well, I kind of want to keep that one up, but it will hop away. I know. Anyway, LinkedIn will just poof. It's like Facebook. Just when you're going to answer something or scroll up to something that you were doing, it will just reset and everything gone. Even if you wrote an answer. Yeah, it hopped up here too. So let's go. Yeah, I shared it. Let's go to me. And let me go to. Should I switch this out? It's that's long ago. So here's Ryan's free workshop starts in 30 minutes. And if you want to join, let's click the link again. Just Isabella like that one. I shared it just last night. So, or was it this morning? I think it was last night. So in case you wanna join there, it's free. You can see you just click the buy now button and you get a link. So let's send it to both chats. And it says duration 1 hour, right? Workshop focus on exploiting common misconfiguration within Active Directory certificate services to gain unauthorized access and potentially fault domain compromise. ACS is a critical component of many enterprise networks, providing digital certificates for secure communication and authentication. However, if not configured properly, it can become a significant security vulnerability. So that's what's up in a bit, and that's why I'm still streaming, because I have to be awake until then. This is 1 hour, so it'll not be a lot of time to set up stuff. It is a workshop. It is not recorded, so maybe I will just record it locally and watch, as it's so late. But if it's stuff you can do, if he has like, yeah, I'm thinking I would have to have set up my own AD server, which I have, but my Proxmox is dead, so let's see. I'm just it's at low battery. Switching ears. There. Yeah, so I'm like, should I stop earlier and try to set up something? Should I set something up now on stream? Should we install a Windows server now? So I do have ISOs. Let's check it out. But it's not like we're gonna have time to do a full thing, I'm thinking. And it's not really like I'm not tired. Server 2022 is there, so we don't have to download anything. So many Kali versions. We can delete the torrents. So they share only torrents for their everything versions. So you have to use torrents. And then you install uTorrent web, I usually do, and then Defender comes and says, "This is probably unwanted software." I'm like, no, I want it. You know, it's not like torrents are all bad. It's not pirating, it is downloading Kali. It's definitely not a bad thing to do. So let's new VM. Let's make a new VM. The thing is, we won't have a lot of memory for it, because I think I gave this one quite a lot. So let's give it a not full Kali this time. And I do have scripts to install an AD server quickly, so maybe we'll have time. But I don't think so with all the file copy stuff. And this is on a... right, we're just setting it. We're setting it here somewhere. Product key, nah. This is a demo stuff. Version to install. Data center. Standard. Person likes Windows. Well, I guess it's nice that it does these things. So let's use let's do the same as the Kali one. Fix it 42 and let's just do the same password too. It does stars. So, oh, that was the wrong number. Did not enter product key. Windows will install without one. Yeah. Machine name, virtual machine name. 80. Yeah, I don't think we can do more than that. What does it say? 2? Should we give it 4 at least? 496. And yeah, just not it. Default, 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 and definitely not default because those are horrible. So let's do 200 at least. Default, disk file 80, yeah. Finish. Let's see if it can even start. Yeah. I kinda know this. I didn't even ask you to start, did I? I did ask you to start. I didn't remember to do that. Yeah, so we have used. It's still 24 minutes. Let's bring my installation scripts up. As it's VMware, it will install the client stuff automatically, so we can just cut and paste there. So it'll be quick. We might do it. So we want the notes. We want AD. Still AD, but partial admin this time, and AD setup script. And we just poof these in there, and it's set up with some users. I do that Carrot has some scripts for stuff in the course. So I cannot find the license. Make sure those license sources are valid and restart installation. So it didn't work with its thingy. So we'll just time out. Oh well. So we still want to abort something. VM. Yeah, so you should never use that really on the guided thing. So shut down guest, shut down AD, and then we're going to change the well, let's do edit settings. It complains every time about the advanced disable side channel mitigations. So every time you start it, it will complain. So let's just power it back on. Loading files, and now I think it will skip that guide thing. So I should have just ignored it. Yeah, chewing gums are not the best thing to do when you're streaming, right? Setup is starting. So if it still says the same thing, then we will have to do it again. Spend another, yeah. So too bad. I shouldn't have used that. Oh gosh, and then it locked the mouse. I have to unlock it. So power off. And let's go back to there. Right click this one and just removing it doesn't help. This will not delete from disk, yeah. But we'll do that quickly. I might have an old one I can use, or just clone. So virtual machines. So this is anti-siphons. Ah, look, we have an AD server here. So where's the AD one? Oh, it was installed in my C drive, was it? Let hardware has any space. Now I'm like, what? Well, let's just not. I don't think it was this one, right? Let's check the dates on this. So 2025-03, right? So this is not today. Not today. So let's open that one instead. Open the gosh. So there's no reason to be stressed out about it. We'll just do it in whatever time it takes. If I'm not ready, I'm not ready now. So let's make sure this annoying setting. It's new that we have to do this, so it won't complain every time. So it says exclamation mark here. Disable. Yeah. So let's power on this and see what's on there. It's just a 16. Moved it. Or rather reinstalled Windows. So if I go back to that one because it's on another drive, it'll say I moved it again. Quite sure. So while you wait, you can always grab some solder balls and throw in the trash. So my desk, it's 2 soldering stations here. Come along. We want Cal is still running. We want this. And we're gonna check with Task Manager to see what status. Memory 25 of 31.9. That's not a lot left. CPU is quite busy. Well, D drive, but C drive is not doing anything. This is my old system. So the hard drive is going so much. Poor thing. So I don't remember this machine. So it might just be a fresh install. I want to check if I have any snapshots. So no OS, 80 installed, no desktop before reinstall. Install VMware tools. So it should have AD and VMware tools before reinstall. So this is complicated. They're not like in one order. 17, 18, 17, 18. 17, 27, no OS. 1740, install VMware tool. Before reinstall, and then it says 1844. So it doesn't have an AD on there? We'll see, we'll see. The biggest question of them all. So that's what happened. Control delete, and my computer does it too. Test administrator. So password. Assuming. No, so nothing. Okay, the same one I was going to use. The installed version of VMware tool is not up to date. So it has VMware tools. So we have the install scripts, but this will be old versions. I'm curious how this looks and if it is done. So let's check it out. Whatever. Windows PowerShell ISE, not IDE, but ISE. Should we update the tools? Yeah, so this is an old one. Your secure password. Convert to secure string. Alright, I have a prompt that says safe mode administrator password in the new one, so I don't show it on stream, I guess. Commands. Yeah, right. I was waiting for this one. If you do not see it installing, well, we don't care. If it is installed or not, we will notice. Autoplay runs.exe by Broadcom. Oh gosh, this hard drive is still going crazy. The CPU is not like totally not busy either. So did the stream die on this? I'm like giving all the resources to the VMs. Tell me if it's lagging. This is not busy though. Like hard drive music. 1:48, so 12 minutes. We won't be able to do it. Start is stopping task manager because it will take some resources too, and I was mostly curious. So let's see what state this is in now. So I do have also the reverse script to remove it, to remove AD. Add users. So the easiest way to check the status here, right? So multitasking on the VM, poor thing. So test local. Active Directory Administrator Center. So we actually have Obsi. We have a machine running here. GPOs. Module for Windows partial. Still doing the tools. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's updating drivers, video drivers. So I don't know why users and computers were not on the taskbar, but now it is. WinWare tools, finish. Let's just check this first. So the AD exists. Do we have any users? We have Sophia, me. Yeah. So we have an AD with a user. So we have something to play with. That's good. Let's actually restart it then. So we should make a snapshot with the state in case I wanna I can do anything without messing with the new update we did. So let's make a snapshot when it started. I usually prefer doing it when it's off, but it doesn't matter much. So I will probably not be streaming tomorrow, but the day after, and I really recommend going in and using the link I sent to go into his course, as it's free. So Active Directory certificate services exploiting ECS. Wonderful. So I think that it's like time. It's 8 minutes left. Let's make that snapshot in case someone didn't do that. So we just go to snapshot, take snapshot. And I'm gonna wait until it's applied stuff. Yeah, so you just do this, say when it's done, take snapshot, right? So still the same problem. This is actually something I like. We're running Proximus and connecting with Spice because we don't have that problem there. That's nice. Maybe that with Windows. Now we would RDP in there. So then we don't do that either because it's like built for it. Yeah, it did not end normally because I didn't close the program. So this is the state I wanted in. So let's make the snapshot now. Snapshot, take snapshot, updated IBM where tools, right? And it is also in the same time before the labs. So in case I need an AD server now, I have one, and we still have the Kali one up. And I can full screen, and I can switch this way too, between them. So, and license valid for 21 days, it says. Then we have to refresh. So let's go find someone to raid before it is time. I wish I could raid the Zoom meeting, right? But I can't. Here's the number 2. Adding users and removing cleanup. So I'm sure this one will pop open anytime, and I don't have any camera or anything. I don't know if they'll use that, but it's always nice to be able to. QWERTY 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're right. These are no shift on Swedish keyboard. So that was like a test. Let's see who we got online. Who's on? There it is. So again, this is what I'm gonna do in a few minutes. Then let's pop this up. Oh, so Slyborg is streaming now. So I'm gonna copy the name and hop into mine and raid from here because I need somewhere to type us. Oopsie. That was loud. So raid, and everybody on YouTube, you're more than on Twitch right now. So I'm gonna send you the link to the stream too. Paste, and let's right. Yeah, I'll send the link when it's ready. So thank you everybody for being in here. Thank you for joining me, making this so much more fun to do things together instead of just alone. And as I said, no stream tomorrow, but the day after. I'll probably stream both Thursday and Friday. Then no weekends. So I'm gonna click the little button and right now, and then I'm gonna paste the link for YouTube so you also get it. Bye bye bye. Good night. I hope to see you in the let's see. Ooh.
Fix viewer raid. Thank you.
So
What up,
let's
Fix It? How was the rest of the stream? I was watching Fix It's stream for a while earlier.
So let's see.
I know you are working on converting your Active Directory notes to text, but I just want to show you. This is what I was talking about earlier. Welcome in, Raiders.
Fixerbot says.
New follower
We're working on
Gruntplay.
just Linux stuff
Less than
today.
3.
I'm doing like the very basics of Linux review, and hopefully I'll get beyond review. But yeah.